Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. AROD Locks here. We've got one of the biggest games of the college football season to this point taking place on Saturday. It is December 5th right now, Thursday. This is going to be December 7th, Pearl Harbor anniversary, SEC Championship, Georgia Bulldogs versus Texas Longhorns. We got another big game in Oregon, Penn State over in the Big Ten Championship. And then obviously the playoff games will be even bigger than both of these two games. But my goodness, this is going to be a huge game. They already played once this year. This is a rematch. I'm going to try to make this one quick for you guys. I know some of you guys like quicker, shorter videos. Some of you guys like the long, extended, really in-detail descript videos. But let's get right into it. We're going to go over spread, money line, over, under, talk about the line movement, talk about where the money's at, give you all that betting info, and then I got 3 player props for you at the end of this video. Stick around for those. Real quick before I get going, drop me a like. It helps me boost my algorithm. Helps grow our sports betting community, guys. Helps more people see this video, and they can join in on the free pick subscription like you guys are in, if you are in them, in fact. And get in on that Discord. More people can chat about sports betting, talk shit to each other, bounce bets off each other, whatever it may be. Let's get into it, guys. Georgia opened up at plus 1.5, minus 106 odds. Now they're sitting at plus 2.5. minus 101 odds. Texas opened up at minus 1.5 favorite. Now they're at a minus 2.5 favorite. Odds went from minus 114 for Texas to cover to minus 120 for Texas to cover. So spread got bigger for Texas. Odds became more in favor for Texas. So both lines moved in favor of Texas on the spread there. Let's look at where the money is. 54% of public bets are on Texas. 55% of money is on Texas. So more money is on Georgia. Line and odds of covering the spread are moving in favor of Texas. That's a key for me. That's a trigger. I'm going to watch that line and watch where it's moving. That's just something to think about as you guys are placing your bets. If you're the VIP and if you're one of my VIPs and you're not actually going to look at these because you don't care, you're going to let me do all the research. Just be ready for a pick coming in. I don't know if it's going to be spread, money line, over, under, if it's going to be a quarter, half, what it's going to be for this game, but I will find something on this game. I have to find a bet in the SEC Championship. That's a good bet for us. We will be done. Then we're going to look at the money line. Georgia opened up at plus 104. Now they're at plus 122. Texas opened up at minus 124 odds. Now they're sitting at minus 144. So odds are moving in favor of Texas on this one. Looking at the money line bets, 78% of bets are on Texas. 89% of the money is on Texas. Again, you guys always know anything over 85% on one team where the money is kind of makes me worry, but the line is moving how the line should be moving when all this money is on one side. So if there was inverse line movement, I would question it, but line is moving how it should be. More money's on Texas. It's moving in favor of Texas. Nothing really odd about the money line right there, just at first glance on a Thursday. But we got to watch these lines, watch the money, watch how everything is moving leading up into game time. I'll strike when I feel like it's the best time to strike and place a bet on this game. I'm not going to rush into anything. I want to get a winning bet. Let's move into the over-under now. Opened up at 50.5. It's dropped 1 point. Now it's at 49.5 on the over-under. Odds on the over, minus 111. Odds on the under, minus 109. So books are thinking this is going to be a pretty high-scoring game. I didn't even look when I scrolled down earlier, but I'm going to guess more of the public is on the over as they typically are, and yes, that's correct. 62% of public bets on the over. 82% of public money is on the over. This is another one I'm going to watch closely and maybe put in a pick on this one. I'm not for sure yet. Like I said, I'm going to watch the lines as they progress throughout the week, but just seeing that this dropped a little bit, all this money is on the over, and the line's coming down a little bit. Just think about what that means, where you think the sharps are. Usually, if this is the one I'm talking about, inverse line movement, the line comes down from a point from 50.5 to 49.5, but money's on the over for the public. So that tells you something, that just because the public's taking it, the books might think something different is going to happen. Line's moving inversely. That's just something to watch. Watch that as you guys put in your bets. There's your betting info on the spread, money line, and over-under. These are just the main lines on this game for the Texas-Georgia game. Let me know who you think is going to win this game. I got to know. You guys taking Texas or Georgia? This is a huge game. If Georgia loses this game, I think they're still in the playoff, but a 3-loss team, 2 3-loss teams, because Bama's getting in. 2 3-loss teams in the playoff. You can't, if Georgia loses, you can't put Georgia in without Bama because Bama beat Georgia. It's going to be a little bit of a debacle there. A lot of people are going to question the playoff committee if you got Georgia in and Bama in, but you don't have Ole Miss and South Carolina in. A lot of people are pissed off down in Mississippi right now. Who do you think is going to win this game, Texas or Georgia? I'm going with the Horns. I think they're going to pull it out. Last game, Georgia played Texas. That was not who Texas is. That game, Georgia got up quick. They got a 17-point lead quickly on Texas. I don't think that's going to happen. That pressure that they brought last time, Sark's going to have an answer for it. He's not going to be able to just play the quick game and try to extend the run game on the edge, on the perimeter. He's going to see that on film, see that you can't outflank Georgia. You got to take it to him. Quintravion Wisner has been an absolute dog lately. Wisner's going to have a big game. Speaking of him, we're going to move into the player props in just a second, but I want to let you guys know I've been putting in a bunch of bets on REBET. I use tons of books. You guys know that if you follow my channel. I find where the best odds are, but I've been giving out picks on REBET to my subscribers because a lot of people don't have sportsbook abilities in their states, if you will. It's illegal in some states, but REBET is a sportsbook that happens to somehow find a workaround, and they're legal in 47 states. So if you're in one of those 47 states, you look at REBET. Check out REBET. A lot of people are in states where sportsbooks are not legal except for REBET. So take a look at it. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Use code AROD when you sign up. Get you a $100 deposit match. Get some free money to play with on that app. But just want to let you guys know that's an app that I've been using for my subscribers because it's legal in 47 states, and a lot of them can actually use it instead of giving out picks on the sports books, and they're like, damn, I can't even put that pick in. Let me go to a daily fantasy player prop and put in one of AROD's player prop picks. REBET's one you can do both. Let's jump into the player props. These ones I'm actually not doing on REBET for the player props. I'm putting these player props in on Sleeper. You guys know I've been killing it on Sleeper lately. Actually, the free pick for the Thursday night game tonight did not hit, so I shouldn't say I've been killing it because I lost one tonight, but we have been winning in the VIPs with the Sleeper app, but I'm not going to say I killed it tonight because the player props that I gave out to you guys on the video back on Tuesday, I believe I released it. Yeah, that didn't hit tonight. That was shit. Tim Patrick went over on his receptions, but Jaden Reed did not, and Amon-Ra did not score a touchdown. But I just want to let you guys know, I will tell you my losses. That was a loss. Let's jump into the player props for this game. Carson Beck is the first one I've got here. His over-under right now is set at 244.5 passing yards. We're taking the under at 244.5. Looking at his graph, he has been going over this a lot lately. Quite a bit. I mean, 3 of the last 4 games, 4 of the last 5 games, and really 6 of the last 10 games, he's gone over this line. Look at this Texas game right here. 175 yards last time he played Texas. That I don't think was a fluke based on this right here. Texas is ranked first in the country. In the entire FBS, they're ranked first in pass yards allowed, only giving up 143 passing yards a game. Just so you guys know, Texas has not given up 300 yards of total offense to anybody this year. Not one team has scored 300 yards against them. That is an incredible stat. Their defense is absolutely dominant this year. I don't think Carson Beck has a chance. I don't think he has even the slightest chance to cover 244.5 passing yards against this defense. They have to run the football like they did last time. Trevor Etienne was a big part of why they beat Texas. They're going to have to do that again to win. Do not let Carson Beck run this game. If you do that, Georgia, Texas is going to get 2 or 3 interceptions because that pass rush is going to get to him. They're going to make him flustered. Just like Georgia did to Quinn Ewers last time they played. The pass rush got to him and forced him to hold the ball too long, take a lot of sacks, fumble, strip sacks, things like that. Carson Beck goes under 244.5 passing yards. Then we're going to move over into Quintravion Wisner. I already mentioned it. He's going to have himself a day. His line right here says 86.5. On Sleeper, we're actually getting it at 80.5. So it's a 6-yard difference from where this line is set at to what we're going to get on Sleeper. That's one of the reasons why I'm taking Sleeper on this one. They have a 6-yard difference, 80.5 rushing yards. We're going to take the over. Look at his last 2 games, 158 and 186. Those were not against bad teams. Kentucky almost beat Georgia. They were a good football team this year. Texas A&M, another good football team this year, just going to miss out on the SEC championship and just going to miss out on the playoff. They had a damn good season this year. Quintravion Wisner absolutely torched them. Since the Georgia game, Texas has ran the ball a lot more. Sark's not dumb. Sarkisian finds ways to win, and if the passing game's not doing it, the running game's going to do it. He knows he's got to go at Georgia in this football game. Quintravion Wisner has kind of solidified himself as the number one running back in Texas. Jaden Blue was projected to be the number one back, of course, after C.J. Baxter jacked up his knee and went out for the season. If Baxter was playing, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It'd be C.J. Baxter all day. But he's hurt. So Jaden Blue was projected to be the number one guy, but Trey Wisner has stepped up. He is the guy in Texas now. He's getting all the carries. He's getting all the receptions. Jaden Blue does come in and catch some passes. He has been a little bit of a receiving back, but he's not getting carries. Wisner's going over 80.5 rushing yards. He might go over 100 yards, guys. This line is way too low. Get this in quickly while it's still at 80.5, okay? Then the last pick, Quinn Ewers, over 1.5 touchdowns. I did say they're going to run the football. Trey Wisner is going to run up and down the field. But Ewers is doing his thing. He's thrown over 1.5 touchdowns in 8 of his last 10 games. You can look here. Against CSU, he did it. I mean, I'm not going to go over every single game, but all these games except for Oklahoma and Texas A&M, he threw for at least 2 touchdown passes. The only thing that I think could prevent him from throwing at least 2 touchdown passes is the use of Arch Manning. Against Texas A&M, Texas showed that they will put Arch Manning in the red zone to give that dual threat, the run-pass threat to Georgia. Georgia will know Arch can run the ball and he can throw the ball. And Ewers is not a bad runner, but he's got a bum ankle right now, so he's not as good of a runner as he typically would be. Against Washington last year, he took off and had a couple big runs in that Sugar Bowl game. So he can run the football, but with his bum ankle and with Arch's exceptional ability to run the football, they've been putting him in sometimes in short yardage situations and when they get close to the goal line. So that's the only reason I think Ewers does not go over this pick. I'm not saying he's not going to go over, but that's the only thing that would prevent him from going over this. I think he's going to have a big game. Wisner's going to run up and down the field, but Ewers is the closer. He's going to have more than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Take the over on Quinn Ewers. This is going to be a hell of a game, guys. That's all I got for you guys. Like I said, I'm putting these picks in on Sleeper. If you don't have Sleeper yet, down here at the bottom of the screen, it's been up for a little bit. Code AROD gets you up to a $1,500 deposit match. Sleeper's doing that. It's indefinite right now. They did not tell me when they're going to take that away. It could go away tomorrow. So get that deposit match, especially if you're a big depositor and you're going to put in $500 to $1,500. Do it now while you can get that deposit match because Sleeper's going to match it up to $1,500. Code AROD down here at the bottom. I'll leave a link in the description. That's all I got for you guys. If you like what I'm doing here, hit that follow button. Join in on our sports betting community. We're trying to grow this thing, trying to get a lot of people in on the free pick subscription so that you guys get access to the Discord and we can all talk sports betting in that Discord. If you guys like a little bit more than the free picks and you want to tail all my picks on the sports books and the player props, down here in the link in the description, you guys saw it at the beginning of the video. There was a promo code at the bottom. Code SCRIPT gets you 3 free days of VIP. Let me win you some money before you spend anything. Join in on the VIPs long term after that, and we're going to all win together. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.